Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians tried to escape the horrors of the mists. Finally face to face with the army, the troupe tried their hand at subterfuge. Tyler pretended to be Streamlabbing Tyler and commanded the armies to stop. Del tried to corral the werefolk to safety within the tree, but she became overwhelmed by screaming ghosts. Adam found himself able to lie again, but at the cost of having his hand severed off by the truth-compelling bracelet. And New Rogue tried to surprise Aesyr Sanguine, but the demon immediately stabbed him and combat began in earnest. The Doctor Deputy is fighting against them. Bob Gilsby has been immolated, Lucretia won't help, and New Rogue is dying. Is all hope lost? I hope so.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's mildly adjusted recording of Jesters of Ravenloft. We are excited to be here after breaks due to various medical reasons. We're excited to be back in a limited capacity. This week, we are going to be doing one episode of Jesters of Ravenloft instead of two. Just one tonight, friends, but we all needed to know what the hell is going to happen. We've been waiting for too long. I have been watching the group chat between the players spiral further and further into desperation and depression. We need...
Yay!
Jesus.
We only need one episode. That's it. We don't need two. We only need one. Unless the second episode is the funeral, we only need one.
Yeah.
It could be the end of the season. It could be the end of the show. We're going to find out. Our 4 heroes are the sketch troupe Wet Change. They were performing at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival when they were sucked through a magical fog and ended up in Ravenloft, the horror realm of Dungeons and Dragons. They discovered that they had been accidentally summoned by the god Ezra, who needs champions to replace Dark Lords to allow Ezra and now our heroes to escape Ravenloft altogether. During their time in the First Realm, they all learned. They trained and became dd&d classes and gained special powers and curses that came along with them because Ravenloft gives and Ravenloft takes away. Tyler Hewitt is still Tyler Hewitt, but now he's a blade singer. He is a wizard who hits stuff with big old swords, super tough. He is also now green. He's got green skin, he's got horns, he's got a pinky he can remove, and a number of magical abilities to come along with it. But he is also green with long flowing hair, and he can't change how he looks. So that's different. We've got our friend Del Borovic, who is, according to the very shitty bard who trained her, Faerun's first visual bard. She uses her art powers to draw and adjust the reality around her. She also took up a magical stylus known as the Reality Blade, which lets her magic come to life, but it also means she can talk to and sometimes has to talk to ghosts. So she's got wind always blowing through her hair and those spooky dog's eyes that catch reflective light at night at all times. There's our friend Guy Bradford. He died. So now Guy Bradford was brought back from the dead with no memories and has become New Rogue. He's got spectral limbs from his elbows to his hands and his knees to his feet. He just has ghostly spectral limbs that kill anything they touch, except for his personal pet and companion, a goat named Jack Magnum. He also became a cleric. He just swore himself over to Ezra, just determined to protect his friends and complete this quest for everybody else. And last but not least, we had Adam McNamara, who had a breakdown and became Shadow, who had a breakdown and became Shadow Nemesis. He has basically become a full-on villain. He got a symbiote, so he has his own little venom in his head that he can feed by wasting time or eating people's brains, and he doesn't waste a lot of time for enemies or civilians. He also trained to become a barbarian, which taught him how to harness and enhance the rage that was already inside him to become far, far more powerful. He ate several people. He adopted their children, claiming that their parents were off on functionally a vacation, raised those children to do evil, and then eventually became successfully the Dark Lord of the realm before all of his plans came undone when people discovered the truth and they marched out to kill him. So he, along with our heroes, fled to the next realm, having achieved the first of 4 Dark Lords to defeat and take the place of. Along the way, they managed to find 2 different companions. One is Rumple Foreskin, a skeletal horse, a bone horse with fire in its heart. Rumple Foreskin was originally forced to serve the Black Knight over centuries, pretending to be a mindless animal, only to be a relatively pleasant horse who can also talk. Rumple Foreskin joined the party, traveling through the mist, trying to find their own bone horse herd, the herd of Baleen, somewhere in Ravenloft, and they do not know where. There is a lot of stuff coming in from Laura and from chat. Thank you, chat. I'm going to have to take a minute to make a list of all these at the end. It's happening. There was also Dr. Deputy. Adam, as first Adam, then Shadow Nemesis, took over the role of the Black Knight and the army of squires that served the Black Knight. Most of them died immediately due to a lack of combat commands that were coherent. Several others died serving him, and then he went to a new realm where Ezra, feeling bad about Adam having discovered that the first realm becomes hell when he overtakes it, gave him back Dr. Deputy, his first and perhaps one might say favorite squire, following him into this new realm. Our heroes traveled through. They bumped into Aesyr Sanguine, a spooky, evil demon who was very offended to find out that there were new heroes in the realm. Sorry, more things in my ear. Demon bad. The bad demon didn't like that they were good and figured out that new rogue was, being a mild-mannered cleric, must be the chosen one coming to this realm to ultimately defeat Aesyr, and created evil doppelgangers of our heroes and blasted them throughout the realms. Along the way, trying to stop these doppelgangers, save the day, and overthrow the Dark Lord, our heroes got trapped in doll bodies that they escaped, except for Dr. Deputy, who was trapped in one when Adam killed the Dr. Deputy's actual body. They fought gargoyles. They met Denton Arthur, an elderly artificer inside a town full of robots that was protecting the town, sadly too late to be able to save the people within it, but befriended these heroes and wanted to help them on their quests. They fought a collection of gargoyles before smashing them and burying them in a hole. Then they made their way to the rootless evergreen. Jesus. We'll get into this. My brain is melting. Also, Laura's on camera for the first time. I don't think you guys can see her, but I can see her.
No, I can see her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Laura's moving.
So I see Laura typing, and I'm like, what's going to come in on my messages? It's my own.
Not for us.
We're having fun with Streamlabs. They did an update, and it changed too many things. Laura now aims the camera above, so I can just see her forehead. Yeah. Her forehead. I'll tell you, she's got a great hairline. Anybody who thinks she doesn't have a great hairline or very movable eyebrows is wrong. It's good stuff. But
we can just see her surprise.
They made their way to the rootless evergreen, a floating tree that is invisible if you are touching the ground. Moving the camera up and then waving at it is the worst. Clear. So they made their way there. During this time, Shadow Nemesis it became Adam. Adam came back. There was a bracelet of truth that forced him to not be able to lie. He had a series of crises and discovered he had multiple personalities inside his head, which were reconciled by Shadow Nemesis, the evil personality, being given the heart of friendship by Adam, passed along in true Transformer style. And then being released to face off in this final battle against the collected army. Sadly, due to their own internecine conflicts, which warped time around them, the villains won everywhere the heroes weren't and marched an army towards this tree. Our heroes were forced into a last stand. They set themselves up so the 12 werefolk are pretending to be captives, but are not. The rest of the werefolk army are hiding inside the trunk of the rootless evergreen, and all of the werefolk non-combatants have been painted behind a wall that Dell did, like a matte painting that's nearly a mile long, but with holes throughout it. They are being entertained by a ballerino. Tyler pretended to be the evil version of himself that had already been defeated, and was presenting New Rogue as a captive to try to negotiate with this army. Due to a series of very unpredictable circumstances, combat broke out. It went bad. There was an attempt at cleverness, and then it just did not quite get realized. So currently, the army is advancing towards the tree, and our heroes are embroiled in combat. Dell and Foreskin were originally hiding behind the wall. They realized the army was getting too close, started trying to move the non-combatants away. That didn't go well. Foreskin got stuck in the tree. Dell got Foreskin free, but was deafened by ghosts yelling at her, and now demons are pulling themselves out of the ground and kidnapping the werefolk non-combatants. Dell is still deaf. On the other side of the wall, completely unaware that any of this is happening, New Rogue tried to do a very clever ploy, made his way directly to Aesyr Sanguine, and then was attacked because he kept doing very long monologues during a high-stakes negotiation and tried to touch the villain with his murderous death hands. Adam is in the sky. Shadow Nemesis currently inside a floating rope trick. We've used the term a magical igloo. There's a hole in the bottom. It's like an ice fishing perch that he can see down and into reality, but can't see out anywhere else. He tried to convince Lucretia Sanguine, a succubus and the parent of Aesyr Sanguine, who Adam had hooked up with frequently, giving her, not frequently, but recently, giving her a child. God, there's no way to do a quick one of these descriptions. Tried to get her to agree to help them. She refused. Adam also lied so much that his bracelet cut off his hand, so he's no longer wearing the bracelet of truth, but he is down a hand and heavily injured, bleeding out of the sky. New rogue has been attacked, hit with an axe, hit with fire magic, and attacked by Aesyr Sanguine before being officially knocked down to 0 health, and is now dying after being attacked by a skeletal minotaur and a skeletal warhorse on top of the evil Pope Watefin, his double, and Aesyr Sanguine. And Tyler dived into combat and is currently engaged with Aesyr Sanguine as well, with Lucretia behind him, who is currently not participating in combat. There are other doppelgangers. There is an army. This is all happening, folks. That's where we left things off, and they were betrayed by the Doctor Deputy, so the evil doll is also on the side of not the party. Their plans have been foiled. They face an army alone. Ruh-roh.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the summation. That means it's time for us to return to Ravenloft. The massive, perhaps final battle has broken out, and it is time for your turn. New rogue, you are dying. Can you roll me your first death save?
I will, but I won't like it. Okay. All right, I have to use... It's a D20, right? Yeah.
D20.
Okay. 15.
15. You have passed your first death save, so that is good. You are dying, but still the images are flashing in your brain, and the mist swirls up and gives you a pop culture reference that helps you battle against death.
Man, it's fuck. I'm just thinking of how everybody dunked on me on that one game.
No.
Episodes. We love these.
Just ignore it. This is like just, are you afraid of the dark? It's just the sand being thrown on the bonfire and it lighting blue, and that's me just like coming to, and it's like, submitted for the approval, keep me alive.
You just got to do it 2 more times now.
Yeah.
3 more stories from the Midnight Society.
2 more bangers.
Yeah, come on.
So that's what you picture in your mind as you're being stomped on by a skeletal horse and brutally injured. Meanwhile, the giant 2-headed monster, Shadowface and Poop Eater, as you have all heard, charges forwards to attack you, Tyler. What is your AC, sir?
It's 17, because I'm all out of blade singing. I'm all out of blade songs. Right.
The first attack with its giant battle axe.
Oh, come on.
And it says something that is deeply cutting from its burbling black sludge mouth. Adam, knowing that this doppelganger has your knowledge, what does the evil Shadowface say to Tyler to try to make him vulnerable to attacks?
Do I have to sound like Shadow Master?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, we know about that special beard shampoo that you bought to help give it volume and make it smell nice. It never worked. It doesn't work, and it actually reduces the size of your beard.
And there is also an incredibly stupid version of your face on this monster, Adam, that is looking down, drooling, barely can speak coherently. What does it say to Tyler to try to hurt his feelings, but it's so stupid it doesn't really work?
Yeah, your face is similar to mine, except it's just a little bit different, but in the bad way.
That is said. I'm going to say, based on that, the insult gives an advantage, but having that particular Adam as the second head means there's no advantage. So the first attack will miss. The second attack will also miss as it comes in swinging. Both of those rolled a 3 and a 5. It just very, very low numbers as it lumbers forwards, but into an extensive crowd in this combat. There are a lot of people fighting in close measure, and it gives you, with your more dexterous abilities, Tyler, the chance to dance around and away, keeping your opponents in each other's way. And that brings us to the evil version of Dell. With her green skin and hag-like powers, she stares into combat and says, "You will face the wrath of the sinister Mistress Fister!" And she blasts magic towards you, Tyler. She casts Magic Missile.
Well, those hit.
They hit, but I don't know if you have the ability to cast a shield, so I got to check with you if you got your reaction, because I know you don't have.
I know, and I used to have shield, but I was like, this is useless. So I got rid of it.
I'm going to bring the cloud that floats instead.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I've only got so many spells that I can know, so.
Oh, you forgot about it.
Swapped out shield.
Okay, so you are going to take
1 point of damage.
Oh, no.
7 points of damage.
Oh,
I didn't roll higher than a 2, so you got very fortunate in that
you're
blast.
telling me.
And you are struck. And then she jumps up onto her muscular black warhorse that breathes fire and yells, "Rumple Fiveskin, attack!" And Rumple Fiveskin charges forward, also at you, Tyler, joining this swirling melee, and is going to attack you. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That will certainly do it. Yep.
Okay, and that will get you for...
What's happening?
I'm honestly amazed I withstood the magic missile barrage.
That will get you for 6 bludgeoning damage and 4 fire damage.
Yeah, that'll do. I drop to the floor. Just take that hit. Legs give out. They can't carry my weight anymore, and I don't get up again.
Tyler is battered down by hoofbeats and fire into the ground.
Just like my buddy, New Rogue.
how far away are you from me? Are we dead pals?
He's within about 6 feet of you. You're both just getting stomped by horses.
Yes.
Right.
We had no other friends around, which is why every NPC with a name started to beat the shit out of me, because it was just you and me here.
Yeah.
It's true. That is true. The Dr. Deputy, however, steps forward and goes, "He's up in the sky! You gotta look up in the sky where the blood came from!" And he's just pointing up at you, Adam, bringing the rest of the horde to the recognition that you are there.
Wow.
I can't be mad at him. Oh, so clever.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the trunk of the tree, there are demons hauling themselves out of the ground and beginning to grab, attack, and assault the various innocent werefolk non-combatants that were just being entertained by a ballerino. That's all they wanted. Just a beautiful ballet to stay hidden. Dell, you are seeing this happen next to Rumple Foreskin. You are currently deaf, so you can't see, you can't hear the screams that are happening, but you can see them. And that is when, let me get, you gotta be kidding me. I have too many NPC cards. Just a second.
And that's when you wake up on stage in Edinburgh, and it was all a dream.
That's nice. That'd be nice.
And then we all go our separate ways.
We still
Never
disband.
speak of this again.
Yeah, hearty handshake, and just like, bye, that's it.
Guy went to community college. Adam went to community college. Tyler went to community college. Dell made $1 million selling artwork.
At a community college.
That is how sketch groups usually end. Is just somebody just I don't want to do this anymore. Bye.
The end.
Yeah.
Come on, law clerk position.
Don't you
All right.
forget about me.
Despite you seeing these monsters rising out of the ground, Del, there is this moment where you're so wrong-footed, hearing the blast of the ghosts around you, that one of them gets a chance to strike. It raises its single baleful eye towards you and blasts you with green and red hostile magic. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Okay. It's not very good. It's not going to be very good. 16.
16. You pass. You survive the rotting gaze of this demon, managing to blast aside its psychic assault and remain who you are. And it dashes forwards and is now in engagement range of you, so you can't move away without suffering an attack of opportunity. But in this brief moment, you do feel the mist swirl up around you and give you a point of inspiration.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Dell's American Constitution saves the day once again.
Del, it is your turn to act. You've seen everything, for lack of a better term, go to absolute pandemonious shit around you.
Absolutely.
What do you do?
Oh man. I think even though I'm in engagement range and all of this stuff is happening, I feel the first instinct is just to run. So even though this monster is right on top of me, I'm so disoriented. I want to run towards the trunk of the tree, so towards the middle, like away from this.
Okay. Are you going to disengage as your action to prevent an attack of opportunity, or are you just going to turn and break for it?
I'm just going to turn and break for it because I would like to do other things if possible, but
great. No, that's totally legal. As you dash away, you are attacked by the creature. What is your AC?
So my AC is 13, but I still do have my reaction. So if it is I can raise it to 15 with this. If 15 saves me, then I'll have used up this once per day thing.
Okay. You use up your once per day thing, but it will not hit.
Okay, great. So that is actually the ghosts is part of my reaction. The ghosts make a cacophony of noise. So the ghosts are just screaming at me, and then suddenly this monster can hear the ghost jumping out at it.
Ooh. It hears the exact same thing that you do. It winces and it kind of rocks its head aside, and that's when you have a moment to slip out under its arm in a way where it otherwise would have struck you.
Perfect.
You make it to the trunk. It's about 30 feet away from where you are.
Great.
What do you do?
I can't hear anything still, but I'm seeing all of this madness, and knowing the ghosts attacking me and screaming at me and the things that have calmed the ghosts before is like spilling blood. So, and then one of the only things I have is beans. So I'm gonna cut my hand and grab beans and throw bloody beans back out towards where all the demons are, because it's just like, I don't know what they do. Maybe it'll distract them. I don't know. I'm panicking. I want the ghost to stop. I want something else to be distracted. I don't know.
Incredible. Can you roll me 2d4?
Sure. Ooh, it's 6.
Okie dokie. I need you. How many beans are in the bag? Did we specify?
6 beans left.
You are throwing all of them.
Yes.
So you are going to be out of beans.
Good.
I need you to roll me a D100.
Okay.
Ooh. 6 times.
You got it. Oh my God. So that is a 9. Just a 0, 9.
Okay.
You got a 33. That's a 78.
Wow, we're getting the whole spectrum here.
Okay.
You got an 82.
That's a good one. That's a good number. That's good.
Classic number.
Nothing wrong with 82.
60, exactly.
This is a good spread.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Is there one more? Okay, I lost my own
Yep,
count.
one more.
I believe you've got a 6th one. Yeah.
That's 49. I couldn't tell the difference. I see
That's
the
the
6
one.
on it though. 49.
That's the one,
dude.
That
Can you
did
roll
it.
me another D6?
a d6.
Yes.
It's a 5. Go forth, my blood beans.
5 nuclear explosions go off.
Can you roll me 1d4?
Yes.
What's happening? Why?
4.
It's the prophecy that you spoke of, Adam, is coming true, where it's just a stream of us reading out numbers.
Are you not entertained?
And what is your shoe size?
7.5.
Last thing you ate. Divided by 2.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti divided by 2.
Yeah.
Half the spaghetti.
Half the spaghetti.
Have spaghetti.
Can
Spaghetti.
you roll me another d4?
Or Eddie.
That's a 1 this time.
What's happening? What's happening?
Lots of things are happening.
So many numbers.
So many beans.
Okay. Del, you throw these 6 beans out from you in a spray of blood in your hands, and as they land, they all magically activate. Starting at your furthest left, which we will say is closest to Rumple Foreskin and the other demons that were there, a massive geyser of water starts spraying out of the ground. It is spraying 30 feet into the air, just as though a fire hydrant has been let off and is soaking that slice of this 6-sided pie. The next space over, just to the right of that, a massive campfire with blue flames springs forth burning. Can you roll me a d6 as the mist swirls up around this campfire?
Okay. Oh no, it's a 1. Sorry, children.
You see the demons are immune to the flames, but 3 elderly werefolk go up, just like torches as it sprays onto the battlefield.
Nice and toasty. Oh!
After that, a massive tree grows that is just big. It's full of fruit.
What's that?
Apples. It's just an apple tree. It's grown out of the rootless evergreen, shadowing that part of the battlefield even further before it catches fire from fire next to it.
Do the apples eat the old people too? Is that what's happening?
No. The apples are just having their own time. Next to that, a bird's nest appears out of the ground with 4 giant eggs in it that are almost ostrich-sized eggs. You don't know anything about those.
Happening?
Then the last 2 beans land side by side, and out of them springs just a wave of fungus. 11 shriekers appear, which you would have read about in one of your bardic books. They are small mushrooms that if anything approaches within 30 feet, just start screaming. So 11 of them appear in the middle of the combat zone and start screaming at the top of their lungs. I am going to say everyone on this side of the battlefield is now deafened due to the sheer number of shriekers that are here. So the playing field has been leveled. And behind these shriekers, you see humanoid, full-sized mushroom people hauling themselves out of the ground. Can you roll me a d6?
Yes. That's a 4.
Yes.
The mushroom people get up and just start kicking the shit out of demons. You're just watching demons fight mushroom people.
Yay!
And the flames that the demons are casting and their withering gaze, their rotting gaze is not affecting these mushroom creatures. There appears to be something mildly necrotic about them. And if they're getting blasted by fire, they're just sauteing mushrooms. And here's what we all know about mushrooms. If you saute them, they're even better. So you now have a strange conflagration that is simultaneously burning and watering itself down on one half of the battlefield. But on the other half, you have a collection of deafening mushrooms and mushroom people that are now throwing down with the demons crawling out of the ground.
I'll take it.
Wow.
All right, that was your turn. Then another demon charging out of burnt on one side and sprayed with water on the other is going to charge forwards and attack you.
Okay.
They will
I only have 13
hit
AC
with one
now.
attack because it is a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Where are these mushroom people? Come on, get in there.
Twitty
And it will
deepens.
do. That'll be 4 slashing damage as you are clawed by a demon.
Thank you. Thanks, demon.
Rumple Foreskin. Rumple Foreskin rolling a nat 1 for their action in this combat goes down under a wave of demons just wrestling. They've been knocked over and are being mobbed.
His robotic leg gave out, freaking the kinks out.
Yep, so he is down on your side of the battlefield.
No.
Several heroes have fallen, all in the first 6 seconds of combat.
Wow.
What could possibly happen next? Take a quick commercial break right there. Shadow Nemesis. You are in the sky over this combat as you watch your friends, Tyler and New Rogue, be battered down by the enemy with their corpses being beaten into the ground by horses. And the forces of the enemy sweep forward in their ranks of snake people, of demons, of the massive the miniature dwarf versions of you that you all see go, getting mad now! And they all become 6 feet tall, full size, ready to kick ass giant dwarves as they storm forwards to be met by a small force of rat folk who are charging forth, having been led now by Jack Magnum because Bob Gilsby died in a fire. They are engaging, and you see the rest of the werefolk come storming out of the trunk.
Oh, sweet.
But these are 90-ish werefolk, are the total number that you are looking at facing hundreds, if not thousands, of the horde arrayed against them. Let's see how they do.
Okay, buy me some time. All right. That's good.
You sense the Watcher's great assistance in this as the mists swirl up and around your enemies. And I am forced to use perspiration that has been given to me by the Watchers.
No Watchers. No.
And perspiration to him is a good thing for us.
Yeah, you want the bad guys to be doing it.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's for the bad guys. Oh, good Watchers. Good. Okay.
You only see... well, I mean, it was a D6. You only see 6 werefolk fall. In this first round of battle, the horde clearly was not prepared for the desperate heroism of these werefolk. And you see, as the mists swirl around this battlefield, you see them swirl around Tyler's corpse. Tyler gains 2 points of inspiration. You see them swirl around New Rogue's body as well, giving him a point of inspiration while he is being stomped on. And the mist swirls around you, giving you a point of inspiration as you realize this whole battle is coming down to you. Everyone else is down or out, or you do not know where they are. And the mists swirl up and give me another point of perspiration. And Tyler, you're sweaty, upsetty, perhaps on the way out, you also get a point of perspiration as the mists just really go for it here.
Wow.
You look down at your hands. Or should I say hand? Which hand do you no longer have, having lost it when the bracelet cut through?
I always thought it would be on my left hand. So my non-dominant hand.
Yep. So you no longer have a left hand.
Yes.
You are injured. You are 50 feet in the air inside a magical pocket dimension, having seen this happen. Can you roll me a perception?
All right. Oh, that's 0, right? Is that perception? It is. All right. That is a 9.
A 9. You try to look around to see Dell or Rumple Foreskin through the hole that you can see out of up in the sky, and you can't see them at all. You do not know what is going on. You do not know where they are. Perhaps they have abandoned you. Even with the heart of friendship beating in your chest, maybe you haven't earned their loyalty yet. And the mists swirl up around you, giving you a point of perspiration. As you realize there's no help coming. The only cavalry is you, and the enemy cavalry is stomping your friends into the ground. You have a brief moment to decide what you're going to do. As mechanically, I go through our order here. Aesyr Sanguine, Pope Watefin, they sweep forwards to join their forces battling against the werefolk. And you see Marith Glimplimmer suffer No hits in a miracle of change. As Marith Glimpfliver, the hero of werefolk, is holding back the tide below you.
All right.
But Tyler, I need you to roll me a death saving throw.
That's a 15 for me also.
You have passed your first death saving throw.
We used the death loop watch once before I had failed my death saves.
If you would like voluntarily to do that, that is an option.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea for me to spend 3 turns to maybe get up. If I could do it now, potentially, I think I would want to go for that if that's acceptable to you.
Great, let's go for it.
Okay.
What I will say is here, let's make this very clear. Mm-hmm. This means you are voluntarily failing your death saves to all the way die to try to bring yourself back using the death loop watch.
All right.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
So it was a for sure thing the first time I used it, then one of the glass lenses on it cracked. So now there is a 25% chance that it will not work. So I guess if I were to roll a d20 and anything 6 and up would work, I guess. We'll call 1 to 5 the
use your
no-go
D100.
zone.
We can make it real easy.
Okay.
And then you get it. So it's 26 or higher, if you like that.
Can you use as inspiration for this too?
That's a good question.
I'm in danger.
That's fine. Let's see what happens.
I can't watch.
That's a 95.
Oh,
Yay!
You like that? You like that?
Another, Tyler, you reach towards the darkness, giving up the fight, knowing it is the only way for you to reappear in your own body. Falling into death and in a blast of magic, find yourself back, I think, with 1 HP as you feel the shattering of glass and another pane in your watch.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Tyler.
You are standing, still technically engaged with the sinister Mistress Fister and Rumple Fiveskin, along with Shadowface and Poop Eater.
Oh man, I want to chase down Aesyr, but that's going to be tricky. I can't do everything that I want to do, you know? I have 1 spell slot left and I can spend it to protect me or to try and hit the big bad guy.
Save me.
I don't have anything for that, unfortunately.
take my Tylenol.
Every plan comes back to Tylenol.
I sure hope Aesyr doesn't eat this Tylenol again.
Oh no.
Says Tyler.
I go into my child-locked bag of holding and produce the bag of pea powder that I believe I was holding for New Rogue.
Yep.
Ooh.
And I want to cast Catapult on the bag of powder, my last spell, and launch it at Aesyr Sanguine. The way Catapult works is, if it works, it's a 1st level spell slot. I only have a 2nd level. Oh, so I can upcast it. Perfect. Choose one object weighing 1 to 5 pounds. Is it reasonable that the pea powder bag is
definitely.
in that range?
Yep.
Okay. That isn't being worn or carried. The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction I choose before falling to the ground, stopping early if it impacts against a solid surface. If the object would strike a creature, that creature must make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
My DC for my spells is 13, which doesn't feel super good.
Okay, so it was Dex?
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to say that he has disadvantage on this check because he's fighting other people. He's across the battlefield and he already discounted you as dead and defeated.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, thank you.
First roll was a nat
generous of
20.
you.
So we're going to see what the second roll is because he has disadvantage. And the second roll is a 14.
Oh, no.
Well, then it goes wide. On a failed save, the object strikes the target and stops moving. So that doesn't apply. So it's just going to travel 90 feet. And whatever it hits, basically, take 4d8 bludgeoning damage.
And the mist swirls up around you as you cast this bag, Tyler. Can you roll me a d6?
That's a 3.
That's a 3. Can you roll me 4d8?
My hope, everyone, was to hit the big bad guy with a powder that makes him edible and just tell the werefolk to go fucking chow down, but oh well. 3. 3? Yes. 5. Do you want me to add these up?
I've got it in my head. It's 8. Okay.
Another 5.
13.
And 8.
21. You fire this, and you see it fly straight and true through the battlefield. And at the last second, when it is about to hit Aesyr Sanguine, you just see him turn and look over his shoulder and wink at you and swirl a wing aside, and the bag flies past him and slams into Marith Glimplimmer, who is hit for 21 points of damage. And the powder sprays out and over her and her clothing and her armor and her weapons. You see her lash out, and you see her weapon just bend and collapse. Marith herself is unharmed. You are clever enough to put this together, Tyler, as you look at it. It won't affect living things, but it affects non-living things, which means you have actually turned all of her equipment and her weapons into edible items. So she is essentially unarmed and unarmored now. However, she does hulk out into a werewolf and is still throwing down. She has just been harmed by your strike. That is a ranged spell attack, correct?
No, it was a DC save.
That's a DC save. Yes.
Yeah.
And for you to cast that, we might be hitting the weird niches of D&D rules. If you are engaged with someone else and cast a spell like that, would that be an attack of opportunity?
I can't remember. I don't do enough spell.
All right, we're gonna pause for a second while I look this up. I don't want to get this wrong. Laura, if chat has an answer that seems reliable.
We put our faith in Chattington.
Well, wait, he's dead. Attack. You can make an opportunity attack against anyone within 5 feet who casts the spell. It doesn't disrupt the spell, but it still is going to kill me.
Yeah. So you see, Tyler, this spell be blasted off and miss. And that's when you realize this last desperate move, this brave, heroic thing, made things harder for Marith Glimplimmer before the combatants surrounding you. We've got Sinister Mistress Fister. We've got Rumple Fiveskin. We've got Shadowface and Poop Eater. Lash out. They all just pile in. Based on every attack roll was high enough that you are back unto death. And on your way out. New Rogue, can you roll me a death saving throw?
Yeah, it's a 13.
That is a 13. You pass your second death saving throw. The mists swirl up and give you a pop culture reference. What do you see as you cling to life and successfully get closer to returning to consciousness?
It's just like my second wind is just like the warm embrace of a Canadian children's horror show. This time it's Goosebumps. I'm just like, arr, 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 arr. And I'm like, viewer beware, new rogues in for a scare.
You are mumbling that under your breath as Tyler falls next to you. Shadow Nemesis.
Somehow that's good for me. I don't know.
Shadow Nemesis, you are up in the sky looking down. You've seen Tyler's last strike throw off Marith Glimplimmer as Aesyr and the others close in. The battle lines are drawn. The battle is going poorly. It is entirely up to you. And the big question is, what are you going to do? And we'll find out just after this break. Shadow Nemesis, you look down on this scene. What are you going to do?
So I have like 6 seconds gone by or like 12 seconds have gone by?
Technically, you are in your second 6 seconds. So this is where you get like weirdly mathematical with it. The idea is the initiative, each round is 6 seconds. Everybody's acting within that round, and initiative just shows how fast you are relative to each other. So it's like somebody has the ability to attack before you do. It's still in the same 6 seconds. It's just tracking who does what in what order.
So in the past 12 seconds, Guy has been stomped to death.
Your friends both got stomped. The werefolk are now engaged in a combat line that are being pushed back, but are doing a decent job for now, though you know they are going to be mobbed. Dell has not shown up. Tyler's gone down, got back up out of death, hurt Merith Glimplimmer, and then got stomped into the ground again.
All in 12 seconds. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Technical question. Can the cloud I'm in move?
No.
Here's the thing. You're asking me as though you, Shadow Nemesis, have the ability to ask a god what it does.
Oh, okay.
You know where you are. You know you have a rope that you've pulled up in here. That's all you know.
But Tyler didn't tell me being...
No, he did not tell you that.
Can I use stress?
Yeah, roll me an Arcana.
To know if it can move or not? Like, to be
roll me an Arcana. Let's see what happens.
It's like a cloud from Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah. Just find a pipe and just go to warp zone. Yep. Arcana is -1. Number of the day, it's a 9.
You don't know anything about this other than a rope got you up here.
Yeah. Okay. So I had looked down, seen all that. I don't see Dell.
Nope, you don't see Dell.
All right. So then I want to talk very quickly to Shadowmaster. Just be like, okay, so bad news, missing a hand. Good news, I can lie. And I think that will save us.
Oh, good. I think this idea is also pretty much as good as we got.
Okay, good. All right. Now, what do we know about our enemy, Aesyr Sanguine? He's a narcissist. He's a prick. So
he hates heroes.
Yeah, hates heroes. But what is his weakness? What is the weakness of a narcissistic prick?
Here's the problem. We both lack a certain amount of introspection, and I feel like that would really help us here.
No.
Can you roll me an insight?
Okay. Insight. Oh, that's 0. 17.
Ooh.
You realize that if he is an all-powerful narcissist who is determined to defeat heroes, he's very similar to you without the heart of friendship. Perhaps his greatest weakness might be your greatest weakness.
Yes. I, too, can, sometimes on a bad day, be a prick. So, if my weakness is pride... I know I'd feel like if someone made fun of me or something, I'd get really offended. I need to draw his attention to me. And because I can lie, I can just go all out and create a fabulous story that he will listen to because I am a great actor.
Okay, I've kind of slowed reality down around us for this, but I do want to point out that people are dying, so I don't know how much of a speech you're going to get off. Remember what happened to New Rogue? The speech didn't go good.
Oh, Christ, yeah. I really thought that Tylenol thing would work. I was really hoping for that. Okay, do I have any, like rope or something like that on me?
You have 50 feet of rope that are right next to you. You've coiled
That's
it
how
up.
you got up here.
It's attached to the room.
I love that.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna take. I'm gonna be like, watch this, Shadow Master. I'm gonna use my gauntlet. I'm gonna and I'm gonna get the broken axe that's out. And I'm assuming it's like the axe head is still okay. It's just the handle that's kind of busted.
Yeah, you have an axe head that is separate from it. So when you chook, it just gives you the haft of the axe.
Yeah. So I'm going to snap off the axe. So it's now just kind of like a mini axe. And I'm going to...
No. You don't understand. You have the handle of the axe is still built into your costume.
Yeah.
You just have the head of the axe on its own.
All right. So I'm going to take the head of the axe and I'm going to take it off. So it's now separate.
It's already
It
separate.
was.
So
It's
fine.
been-
You
It
have
was
it.
always
You've already
I got
played
it.
this
The head
role.
of an axe.
I got it. I got the head of the axe. And then I'm going to switch back to my Robocop blade. And I'm going to kind of get, how long is the rope? It's like 10 feet?
50 feet.
50 feet. Okay. Wow. All right. So I'm going to get, like 5
50
feet.
feet. News to me.
Wow. I want the cloud's like 5 feet off the ground. You can't get to me. Okay, so I'm gonna get like 5 feet of rope.
Okay.
Cut it off. And then,
Okay.
I'm gonna get, and I'm like, keep watching, Shadow Master. And then I'm gonna get the
I'm looking
axe
through your
head.
eyes. I can't not if you're looking.
Good. I'm gonna get the axe head, and I'm gonna kind of gently put it on my stump, and I'm gonna get the rope, and I'm gonna tie the axe head to my stump. So now I have like an axe hand, and I'm gonna get my Robocop shield helmet. I'm
gonna start describing this as an aspiration of what you're trying to do, and then I'll hear where this is all going, and then we'll see if you can actually do it.
Okay. I'm gonna get my not my helmet. I'm gonna get my shield. I'm gonna put it on my arm that has the axe on it, so it's just like a little like shield, and then there's like an axe head sticking out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to lower the rope, which is now 45 feet, and
Correct.
I'm going to kind of use my Spider-Man powers and just like like kind of like slide sideways down on it, like standing up, looking heroically, and then I'm gonna like jump on the ground, and I'm gonna be like I use thaumaturgy, and I'm going to be like ha 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 to everyone, and I'm going to be like, well, it appears that you have fallen into my trap.
All right, let's
Aesyr
rewind and we'll see how much this
Sanguine.
actually happens. So you are trying to tie your weapon to the stump of your hand.
Oh, we're back there.
Could you-
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Can you roll me a sleight of hand?
Oh, okay.
Your hand is very slight in that it's not a hand.
That's a +3.
Incredible stuff.
Oh, I am good at tinkering. Is that advantage?
Yeah, not advantage. No, add your proficiency modifier again, whatever proficiency is.
Oh, so like +5? Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh,
So-
yes, okay.
Well, it's +3,
Yes.
and then +2.
Yes, you
so
had done the
Yeah.
math. Yeah, I was about to
that's
say
correct.
your
+5.
proficiency is not +5, but the total is
Right.
+5.
All right, and I'm like, okay, Shadow Master, we're all clear on the plan. Watch me tie this. Well, that's 23 total.
You tie it on and the shield goes. Now you are sliding down the rope. Can you roll me, I would accept athletics or acrobatics?
Okay. And because I'm Spider-Man, that doesn't help
That's why you get to make this roll.
Oh, okay.
Instead of just falling out of a hole in the sky.
Correct.
All right. Okay. Wait, what did you say? Athletics or?
Or acrobatics, depending on how you think you're doing this.
Well, I'm going to do athletics because the number is higher, and I want to look more athletic while I'm doing it. So let's see. That is a total of 14.
14. Can you roll me 1d4?
One.
Okay, you start trying to slide down majestically and then realize there's a lot less grip than on a traditional wall. So you start while sliding down sideways on the rope doing that whoa of just somebody on marbles a little bit. You manage to get down to the ground. You do land hard enough. You suffer 1 point of damage, but you can stand up from that into a hero pose after a clumsy landing.
All right. But I kind of make it seem like that's what I wanted to do.
Can you roll me a persuasion?
Okay. +3. Do I get advantage because danger sense and it's the ground? The ground hurts me?
No.
Okay. All right.
I can't give you danger sense against yourself, or this will never stop.
Okay. 15.
15. Yeah, no, it looks like you were doing a bit in the middle for some reason. You just see people be like, oh. That's the snake folk are not impressed. Nobody else cares. Yeah, all right. Then you cast thaumaturgy and yell. So while you start this speech, what's your intention? To grab attention here? What's your goal?
I want to get Aesyr's attention because I want to be like, ha ha ha, you fell into my trap, Aesyr Sanguine. And for him to be like, stop everything and just focus on me.
Okay. Can you roll me a persuasion?
You'll be like, no, and then just go back to like,
yeah,
I said.
Just persuasion.
Okay. +3 persuasion.
Oh my God.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh. Is Adam going to save us?
The mist is trying to give him advantage, but I have to find out if perspiration comes into play, and it does. He looks over, and you have his full attention, though the battle is still raging around you. What do you say to him?
Well, I said you fell into my trap. Does he say anything to that, or is he just looking at me?
Wait, are you rolling a perception?
Did you do all of that with no ultimate goal in mind?
Well, I thought I thought it'd be like, you fell into my trap, and then he'd be like, trap, explain, and then I would then like go on.
Everyone, timeout, pause. Hang on. What trap?
We gotta solve this problem first.
Okay, Aesyr was rolling to try to respond. He's gonna look over at you. He rolled a nat 1. He doesn't have thaumaturgy to yell back at you, so you just hear like in the whole combat of everything around you clanging. But you do watch him get absolutely fucking smoked by Meredith Glimplimmer, who takes a shot at him while he's distracted. She'll deal 25 points of damage to Aesyr.
Yes.
Your hero.
And that was the amount of health he had left. Is that what we're no? Okay.
Good Lord.
No, you see him. He is rocked by the blow, but he is still very much in it to win it. He is turning around. He points at you, and you just get a sense that he's promising to kill you next, and then turning back to Meredith Glimplimmer.
Well, I want his attention. All right. Well, I'm going to be like, that's right, Aesyr Sanguine. A trap. Perhaps you'd like to know exactly how I trapped you by using Dr. Deputy as my minion.
What's your AC?
16.
This is my Tylenol gambit, but just like different. just
You feel a stabbing pain in your leg.
Oh no.
And you look down and see the Dr. Deputy with a steak knife sunk into your ankle as you suffer 4 points of damage.
Dr. Deputy?
Looks up at you and says, I serve the Black King now. You die, Adam, you useless dick.
No, you idiot, I'm the Black Knight. It's me. It's Shadow Nemesis.
And you see him look up at you, and there's a moment of struggle. Can you roll me a persuasion? Because this is the truth.
Yeah. Okay. So persuasion is +3, so that's a total of 17.
17. Okay.
Oh my God, Adam.
Come on, little guy.
And he looks up at you and just goes, wait, what am I doing? Oh. And he looks around and he takes the knife out and he's like, I'm so sorry, this went so bad. He's just so convincing. And he points over at Aesyr Sanguine in the distance. I didn't know.
I want to kneel. I'm going to put my hand on his little doll shoulder and be like, it's okay.
What's your AC again?
16?
Okay.
He's not going to attack me again, is he?
There's a lot of people here.
Okay, that is going to be...
Oh, no.
You take 9 points of damage as one of the bigger dwarves swings forward and hits you with a hammer from behind.
Ow! 9, Jesus.
9.
Then you take another 9 from the second dwarf who's coming and swinging with a hammer.
Well, that's 18. And I'm dead.
So you go down as well as you Dr. Deputy goes, no, Black Knight! and the lights go out. Meanwhile, on the other side of the trunk, Del, can you roll me a perception?
Sure. Oh, not great. It's an 11.
An 11. That's enough because you're close enough to the wall and the trunk that you can actually look back and realize that all of your friends have fallen. You watch them be knocked down. You can see that Rumpelforsket is being mobbed.
Yep.
You can see that the werefolk, though fighting valiantly, are starting to lose this battle. What do you do?
Okay, so I've got a demon on me. I see some Rumpelforsket getting mobbed. I see everybody else going down. There's shrieking. There's all this stuff. I can't even use like some of my bard stuff because nothing can hear me. It's just so I don't know if it'll even work, but I'm gonna try to just while trying to stay and defend myself against this demon, but I'm not even going to try to attack it. I'm just going to try to call out for Lucretia and just be like, Lucretia, please. If you can hear me, I need your power. I'll take it. Whatever you want. We can come. Deal. I deal.
Can you roll me? In this case, I'm going to say it is an athletics.
Okay.
With disadvantage.
Oh.
Because you are yelling while within the shrieker range, while within combat.
Yeah.
She's almost visible to you, but it's through a trunk on the other side of another war where people have been thaumaturgying and yelling things. So this is just a question of, can she physically hear you?
Yeah. I'm going to use my inspiration, make it flat roll.
Great.
Oh, no! It's a nat 1.
Wow. Wow.
That was a good idea.
You look back and you see Lucretia and you realize as she looks at you, sadly, she just mouths, "I'm sorry." And that's when you see the werefolk go down and you see this all ending and you're realizing that there's nothing you can do. You are the last one standing as a wall of demons are closing in and you feel claws sink into your stomach. Mm-hmm. And that's when the mist begins to rise up around you. Not in the usual, this is a spooky success kind of way. This is a wall of mist rising behind you. Mm-hmm. And it rises up and you get the sense that not only is the mist here to interact, but the mist is in its own way providing. And you see the demons turn and look up. And that's when you see the first blast of flame come out of this mist wall behind you. And you just hear, as the sound returns to your ears, you hear an elderly voice say, "On your left!" And Den Arthur's chair comes walking out of the wall, and he starts blasting with cannons, and a massive wall of robots starts flying out of this. And you realize he has brought all of the robots from Protection Town in one last strike against all of the enemies. And as the world goes dark around you, and you pass out, you feel him lean down and scoop you up, and he just says, "You did it. You did it for us. We did it together. You're going to be okay. It's all going to be okay, finally." And you have a relieved moment before you pass out, knowing that somehow all the messages you had sent, all the things you had done as the party beforehand have paid off in this moment. Denton Arthur is here to save the day. And that's the end of this episode of Jesters of Ravenloft.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto time. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras. And our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy, Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Old Man Mojo, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, The Gator Family, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Dan the Welshman, Afflicto Gaming, Aiden, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.